From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is News Fix.
In this update, Winston Peters says he's more focused on getting New Zealanders on board with policy ideas than coalition partners. The New Zealand First Leader has announced the party will split up the electricity gentailers if it's re-elected, so they cannot control power and price. Some 600 people packed the main hall at Tauranga's Atrium Conference Centre for Mr Peters' State of the Nation speech today. Mr Peters says the party wants to bring cheap power pricing back to this country.
There are a lot of businesses closing down now. It wouldn't be if we'd acted already. But we are trapped in a coalition where the others don't believe like we do.
The government's bracing for potential disruption of fuel coming to New Zealand as the Finance Minister assures us we have 7 weeks of supply. Nicola Willis visited Marsden Point in Northland amid growing concerns of a fuel crisis from the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Earlier today, 6 fuel ships due in Australia next month were cancelled or deferred. Ms Willis says that's a possible event that the government's preparing for.
Because globally, we know there's been a massive disruption to both oil getting to refineries and therefore disruption at ports.
An urgent plea for sports clubs, hobby groups and other incorporated societies to re-register. About 6,000 still have not re-registered under the 2022 Act. Those who don't make the April 5 deadline could face serious consequences, like bank accounts being frozen or closed, tax implications or delays accessing funding. MB Companies Office National Manager Bolin Ing says the previous legislation dated back to 1908.
It no longer reflected how modern societies operate or the expectations of today's members, volunteers and funders.
Tropical cyclone Laurel has weakened after crossing the coast in northern Australia. The cyclone was downgraded to a Category 2 system this morning shortly after passing over Cape Shield in remote eastern Arnhem Land. There were still wind gusts of 130 kilometres an hour as it tracks across the Northern Territory towards Katherine. That's news. In sport, White Fern centurion Leah Tahuhu is impressed with the opening bowler Jess Kerr's best ever figures against South Africa in the 4th T20 in Wellington. The White Ferns are chasing a competitive 160 to beat the Proteas. Tahuhu says Kerr's 3 for 16 showed how tough she is to face.
And swing's always difficult, and just the length that she's able to bowl, and she loves bowling here at home, so she'll be really chuffed with that today here in Wellington.
Hayden Wilde says a busy home summer cost him the 70.3 Ironman in Geelong after losing the lead on the run to finish 3rd. Wilde was originally scheduled for a shorter race in Abu Dhabi this weekend, but says you can't hide from a lack of longer distance training.
I think I just wasn't ready to be that fit competitive.
That's sport. I'm Joe Gilfillan.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB on the free iHeart app.